Welcome into another edition of The Session with Londa and David. My name is David Austin.
I'm Londa Sherwood Austin. Welcome back.
I'm glad to have you here today, Londa. You look very professional with your scarf and your little...
This was my mom's.
Aw.
Yeah.
Tell me more about that.
No, it's just sentimental.
Well, I think you look absolutely beautiful and your hair is gorgeous. I think it's covering your face and the camera might not pick it all up, but you look absolutely delicious.
Well, whoa, easy, Trigger.
The Session with Londa and David is a business podcast that really focuses on the three things that Londa's interested in. And that's
Londa's interested in.
Real estate, restaurants, and retail.
Yeah.
We were talking the other day about what interests us in the show. And when we started this with absolutely no idea what we were going to do, we talked about real estate, restaurants, and retail. So we're back.
Well, circling back. Circling back, yes. So we're here in Eastern Washington in the beautiful Tri-Cities, and I say that because the sun's been shining a little bit. And so it's feeling a little more like maybe not winter.
Right. It's not summer.
No.
But it's not winter.
Yesterday it was wind.
Right.
The forecast was wind.
And I got a crease in my back door from someone at a restaurant that opened their vehicle and slammed right into my car in the wind.
Oh, yeah. You've got two. I don't think you saw the other one.
That's awesome.
Yeah. That's what happens, though. The wind catches. Nobody does it on purpose, and they're mortified when they do it.
But you leave a note or something. You do something.
I mean, nobody really does anymore, but the wind catches your door and into the car next to you, and it's terrible. But you went out to play tennis yesterday with one of our kiddos.
I did. Hazard tennis.
You called it hazard tennis because of the wind.
That's exactly right.
And then their girlfriend and I walked down to meet you guys down there at the tennis courts, and we got physically blown over a couple of times. And so it was very exciting. Welcome to the end of winter in Eastern Washington and the beautiful Tri-Cities.
I forgot how windy it actually gets here. It's like gale force winds. And I don't know what the official number is for gale force winds, but I think between 40 and 50 miles per hour. I don't know.
I don't know either.
That's something we could look up on the old Google if you wanted to, but we don't need to. Whatever the case, gale force winds for sure yesterday when we were playing tennis. And it didn't change the direction of the ball when it was in flight, but when it hit the net, if the wind was blowing away from the net, it would roll right to where you were when you served it.
Right.
I mean, it was aggressive.
It was so aggressive when we were walking home, it blew your hat off.
Yeah, my favorite hat. Gone forever.
Well, it maybe not. It was stuck in a tree last we saw it.
It was.
But there's a construction site also across the way. They're building some new apartments there. And I think 100% of the construction debris blew into the $1 million condos, that are down there. And in case you wanted to know, we do specialize in the buying and selling of those $1 million condos because it's right where we live.
Absolutely.
Right? So we don't really, but I can.
What do you mean we don't really? We really do.
I mean, we really could if someone would give us the chance. I would love to market one of those properties down there on the river.
Okay.
Would love
Don't sell yourself short. We do specialize in that.
I'm not.
At SherwoodAustinHomes.com. You can get online.
You can check that out.
And look at all the real estate that there is to buy in the Tri-Cities.
Before we jump into that, though, back by popular demand, the restaurant review nobody asked to hear.
I'm excited about this, and Londa and I talked about
we're
this.
We're going to get into it. And if you're local to Tri-Cities, perk up.
Okay, I'm not going to name the restaurant, but it rhymes with sports page. We were downtown in downtown Kennewick, and we walked around down there Saturday. Was it Saturday or Sunday?
Dropped our watches off.
It was Saturday.
To JD's time machine or something. I don't know what it's called. And literally,
when you walk in the door, they sell watches and clocks aplenty.
Yes.
And when you walk in the door, you do go back in time 32 years.
Absolutely.
You walk through the door and, you're in the 90s.
Yes, you are definitely transported back. But if you need watch work done,
right?
If you have a timepiece and you need work done on it, JD's in downtown Kennewick, Washington is the place to go. They are
picture
fantastic.
This. You walk through the front door and you're transported back to 1994. 84? Wow.
I don't know.
1984, and
it's
your
a ways
Seiko needs to
back.
be repaired.
Now, here's what I will tell you. The prices aren't 1984.
No.
We had 2 watches, one link taken out of one, a link added to the other.
$25.
25 big ones.
Yeah.
But they're really sweet in there. And yeah, we were walking around, and you decided, you know what would be fun?
Dirty trash bar food. I was all for it because I could smell the French fries and old grease in the air. So we went to this place that rhymes a lot with Sports Page, but we're not going to name the place because that wouldn't be nice. The Morts Phage is where we actually went.
Okay.
And ordered. And it was interesting because their special was a prime dip that day. Yeah. And I asked, what's the difference between a prime dip and a French dip? And of course, the easy answer is one is from France, but that's not the correct answer.
What did they tell you?
They told me one is shredded prime rib and one is a chunk of prime rib.
Is that true, though?
Well, that's what they told me when I ordered.
Oops, I'm misspelling.
You're Googling.
You gotta carry the conversation.
What's the difference between a French dip and a prime dip? That's right. Keep going. You're doing great. One is from France. I'm pretty sure. What kind of French dip sandwich?
What?
The French dip sandwich has its origins in the West Coast, not France at all. Nay.
See, and they confused me. She said the prime dip was a chunk of meat and the French dip was sliced. But here's the problem. She
called it shredded, which is less appealing sounding.
Here's the problem that I have with that. No, a French dip is supposed to be thinly sliced prime rib on a sandwich. So I didn't understand what she was saying at all.
But one's a chunk of meat. The prime dip, as they described it, is a thick cut of prime rib.
But she was mistaken.
No, that's how they sell it there. I don't know how it is in culinary circles. But needless to say, you said, you know what, I'll go with the French dip because I'm feeling very European today. I'm somewhat of a Francophile.
You know what? My dad had a great French dip on his menu in his first restaurant. And I loved it. So I get a little nostalgic sometimes for the French dip from the farmhouse in Porterville, California.
Sure.
Yeah. So I ordered it.
So picture this. A beautiful French dip with beautiful tater tots.
No.
And a lovely environment full of quiet people enjoying themselves in a homespun atmosphere.
Actually, no.
Not at all that.
Super loud. Okay, we're sitting there waiting for our food to arrive, and somebody screamed behind us.
And that was the employee.
Made me jump.
Right.
Right? And then, and I guess they were doing those pull tabs.
Yep, and they screamed when they won as well.
Oh my gosh, you guys know. I mean, it was just so, and then one of the employees was just really rowdy and really raucous and loud, like unnecessarily. I didn't know what was going on there, but so it wasn't, so I was like a little, they got a little jump scare a couple of times. And then they brought the sandwich and, And
am I exaggerating, but did one of the people working there sound like she'd been drinking since 9 o'clock the night before?
Well, I don't want to make an accusation, but yes. Maybe. I'm just saying.
And then started saying in the middle of her shift, I'm going to get fired.
No, she didn't.
She's going to fire me.
I want to speak freely. I don't want to get sued.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
I don't know who any of the people were. Our waitress was a delight, though. She was cheery and happy.
Was great. But they brought this French dip that was a pile of crap. It was so bad. But I was so hungry, and I love tater tots, and I don't indulge in that kind of thing very often.
Right.
But when I do it right.
Sure.
But the French dip sandwich was so bad. I fought my way through about a quarter of it, and then I just gave up. And it was so bad that I didn't even finish my tots. It turned me off from the whole thing. So then when she came to the table, she said, "How was everything?" I said, "Not good." And she goes, "Okay, great." Which you're not listening. She's just going through the motions.
People are polite and, normally just say, "It's again."
Yeah, and I would say, you gotta stop and listen to what people are saying. Let's not get so in the rhythm of things that we're not actually paying attention. Sure. And I'm one of those people who, listen, if it was terrible, I'm going to tell you. Right. Because if I'm terrible, I want someone to tell me so I can be better. So I just figure everybody's like that. They're not, but I just, So anyway, so she goes, "Oh," I said, no. I said it was terrible.
The worst French dip I've ever had is what you said.
She said, "Oh, I'm sorry." And I said, "Yeah, it was the worst French dip I've ever had." And she goes, "Really?" I said, "Yeah, I fought my way through a little bit of it, but I didn't even really." And I just, "Here you go." I said, "You didn't cook it." And I always say that. I always say, you didn't cook it. Right. You didn't plan the menu. Right. You didn't. I make sure to take it right off of them because they didn't do it. Right. And
immediately she said, "You know what? We're going to take that right off your bill. I'm so sorry."
Yeah, but tell what the other.
So she goes to talk to this shift lead, I'm guessing, who sounded like she'd been drinking since 1987 when she went to get her watch fixed. She started drinking, and she said, loud enough for me to hear, and then the waitress came over and quoted, and she said, "Of course we'll take it off. I wouldn't order that here. I don't eat that." And she came over and said, "Yeah, she said she doesn't get that here, so we're taking that right off."
Which, okay, listen, we probably don't have a lot of restaurant owners that listen, but maybe we have one. Right. And if we have one, hear me loud and strong. Boy, if that's the response, take it off the menu. Just take it off the menu.
For sure. And they didn't in any way try to argue, or they could see that you had taken 2 bites of your sandwich and were like, "Burp."
I mean, it was bad. Can we make you something else? No.
Meanwhile, I had exactly what I expected, a well-done burger. And when I say well-done, I mean temperature.
You didn't order it that way.
Correct. But that's just kind of how they do bar burgers, right? So it was hard, kind of like a shingle on a roof.
Right.
But it tasted vaguely like beef, ham, and bacon and cheese. So it was lovely. It was exactly what I was looking for. Trash bar food. And curveball waffle fries. No one saw that coming.
All right, here's the 5 stars that I'll give them to balance the 1 star on the French dip, and I'll give them the 1 star on the French dip just because they were open and cooked it. But the 5 star is the fry choice.
Yeah. You could do waffle fries. You could do crinkle cut. You could do shoestring. You could do anything. Yeah.
So I'll give them 5 stars on the fry. But there's the restaurant review nobody asked for.
And I got to tell you, I know exactly what I'm going to get when I go there, and it didn't disappoint me. I've never strayed off the regular overdone burger ever. I've also done chicken tenders there. And they're the flat, wide chicken tenders. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And they're always good.
Okay.
I didn't get them this time.
Yeah.
But the bacon ham cheeseburger was exactly what I was looking for, and I loved it.
One more restaurant review. Are you ready?
Yes.
We recently met a colleague at a little craft cocktail spot called the Bradley.
Yep.
In Richland, Washington.
Yes.
Here's what I'll say about them. The service is just okay, in my opinion.
Okay.
They're not rude. They're not over and above. It's just okay.
Okay.
But the cocktails are something really, really special.
Yeah, they have a really spectacular cocktail style and menu that's unique to town.
The Bradley, Richland, Washington. Go in there if you haven't been in a while, or if you're visiting our beautiful area here in Eastern Washington. Look up the Bradley in Richland. Stop by. You can take a nice walk by the river at the same time. It's very close there. And get yourself a craft cocktail. You can't go wrong.
They are the best cocktail bar for craft cocktails in the Tri-Cities.
I think so. And if you know of one that you think's better, tell us so we can go check it out, because we're always down for a cocktail.
We enjoy a good drink, and there's nothing better than the Dirty Martini at the Columbia Point Yacht Club condos there.
Yeah, you mean our house? Yeah, that is the best cocktail in town. But yeah, so the Bradley, that was great.
Really good.
That was
and
great.
We walked up there. We were there on Friday with another agent in town, another real estate
colleague.
agent.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it was great to see her. I hadn't seen her in at least 3 months, 4 months.
Oh, I haven't seen her in...
Well, we saw her when we went to that thing.
Yeah. So,
Which was why I got my real estate license. Going to that meeting is why I got my real estate license.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. Yep.
Fun. And you're still working as both a lender and a realtor.
That's exactly right. I'm now with Red Mountain Mortgage. And I got to tell you, it's a broker shop. And what's different between a broker and a lender...
Yeah, I don't get it.
...is a lender is part of a mortgage bank. And a broker finds loans and puts the borrower they match the borrower with the mortgage bank. Yeah.
Okay.
So there's a little bit more opportunity for borrowers if you're working with a broker than a banker. And, I've sold against brokers for the last 18 years because when I started in this business 20 years ago, I was a broker. So I learned, you've got so much opportunity because we can place your loan with anyone and we can find the best possible program for you. And I've been selling against that for so long, I forgot that was the unique selling proposition. And I got news for you. It's true.
There you go.
It's true. So you can find more niche products when you're working with a broker than a straight mortgage banker.
Okay, perfect.
So it's a fun group and it's a really easy process. So I'm glad I hung my mortgage license there.
Love that.
Yeah.
And it's fun. And all of a sudden you're super busy.
Yeah.
Like your phone started ringing. It's just really fun. I like that.
I think people are excited when they see something different happening, something they aren't used to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's a fun deal.
We were just talking this morning, our broker owner, Chris, here at Realty One Group, he and I were talking this morning, and we're talking about, we're hoping, because Elise is coming up, right? And so we're hoping to take over.
Like a person's name, Elise? What are you saying? I don't know what you mean.
We're hoping to take over the space next to us.
Oh, Elise. I get it, because Elise is a name, too.
Yeah, okay. Everybody get with me here.
I'm following you now.
Leasing.
I grew up in Louisiana and knew three A-leases.
Okay, but now get with me. Everybody, come on back, baby. Come on back to me. So we're hoping to get maybe the space next door, working on that. And I said, this will be really exciting because, growth and expansion is always exciting. It kind of pumps everybody up. And our brokerage is growing like crazy. So we really do need this space. We're just trying to figure out, do we go to this next little jump and then to the big jump, and how do we do it really strategically and smartly and all that stuff that you try to do. But it's exciting to even be thinking about the possibility of growth. Like we were just talking about how our office is starting to feel smaller and smaller and smaller because we're getting busier.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's really exciting. And another retail story I want to tell. So we talked about JD's Timepiece, I think is what they're called, or something like that.
That's right.
Great little shop. The couple that runs it's a husband and wife, and it's just, you kind of feel like you're going maybe to your aunt's for coffee
and
or tea. Not coffee, tea.
They are delightful, but they wear their little COVID masks for our safety.
Yeah.
And I would rather hear them and risk it.
Because
than not hear them at all. Because I walk in there.
You have to. I have to do all the talking.
Yes.
Because when you can't see their mouths, you can't hear them.
Well, it's like.
Right. Yeah.
For me.
Okay, but one more exciting retail story that I want to tell.
Okay.
And it's going to be very telling. Listen, since I got into real estate, I started making great money in real estate, and I had never made great money before, right? So my shopping habits got fancier once I started making better money, right? Mm-hmm. Also, my kids grew up, and so I was recently reintroduced to the store that you probably have in your town. I don't care where you are. Old Navy.
Okay.
Okay.
The oldest of navies.
When my kids grew up, I quit going there.
Right.
And then I, felt fancy. And so I wanted to spend more money on my clothes. So I didn't go there. Right.
Right.
Oh my God. I have been sleeping on Old Navy. So our daughter was getting pictures. She just had a baby, and they were doing family pictures with the new baby.
Okay.
And it's the at-home pictures that they're, just at home doing
kinda
their
cashy.
thing. Yeah. So she said, I'm kind of want to get a new pair of jeans for these pictures.
Okay.
Will you come shop with me? Now listen, if you have grown children, you already know. When they ask you to spend time with them, you drop everything, because it feels like when you were dating and you got ghosted by somebody and then they finally texted you. It's that kind of feeling, like having grown children is like being ghosted, right? And then they finally reach out. They're like, hey, do you want to? And you're like, yes, I don't mean to seem too eager, but absolutely, I will clear my schedule, whatever you need, right? So we're going to go shopping together on a Saturday morning for her to look for jeans.
Sure.
I wasn't going to look for anything. I don't need anything, right? Don't need a thing. However, we go into Old Navy and she's like, Mom, you should try these jeans on. These would be really cute on you.
Right.
And I'm like, those actually are really cute. I will try them on because I had cash in my wallet from a previous return. And we all know cash in your wallet from a previous return is not real money.
It's not real money. It's monopoly money. It's money that's already been spent. So you can blow that on cocaine and hookers.
No, you may not. But maybe something not quite as risky as cocaine and hookers.
I don't know how that's risky. You know what you're going to get with your $18.
Oh,
it's
Lord.
not going to be good quality.
Okay, so anyway, so I go and try these jeans on, and I'm not wearing them today, but I tried them on. Fabulous. By the way, their sizing's very generous, so it makes you feel itty bitty.
Vanity sizing.
Yes. And so I bought 2 pair. Wait for it. They were $18.
Mm-hmm.
$18. What am I doing spending $80 on Discount Joe's at Nordstrom Rack?
Right.
18 doll hairs. 17 and change, right?
Okay.
Because they were like
$17.89.
Something like that. They were 50% off. I can't even believe it.
Was it $18 for both of them?
No, each.
Oh, per. I gotcha.
Each.
Okay. I gotcha.
So what I'm saying is maybe revisit some of your old, I don't know what I'm saying. Except
some of my favorite graphic tees came from Old Navy. Some of my favorite ones.
I used to go in there all the time because, of course, it's the official store of kids. Right? Like, I was in there all the time getting clothes for my kids.
I gotcha.
In fact, the reason we went in there is she was picking up a T-shirt for one of her kids.
It's the Gap's cheap line.
It is. Banana Republic, the Gap, and Old Navy are all owned by the same corporation. They just market to different people, right?
Right.
And so, yeah, it's like their value brand.
Limited Express, too, right? Isn't it the company that Jeffrey Epstein...
I don't know anything about that.
He met the owner, and that's how he became a millionaire, because that guy helped him with his investing business.
I don't even want to talk about Jeffrey Epstein.
He's no longer part of the picture. He's out of the picture.
As it were.
I think the Limited Express guy is the guy who also has Old Navy and the other stuff.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I need your password in here, I guess.
What are we trying to do?
The computer locked up. I was just trying to pull up the thing. So point being, Old Navy, who knew? Every mom on the planet. I know.
The oldest of navies.
I had so much fun. And by the way, I got to shop with my girl and I got the baby to sleep. Yeah.
Cool.
She doesn't like to sleep, but guess who got her to sleep? Grandma. Because you know what? I was like, no, you shop. I'll move I had to keep moving the cart. I had to keep moving the stroller. You got to keep it moving. Over the tiles was better. Every time we would go over the tiles and it was a little bit bumpy, she started getting sleepy.
That's interesting.
Yeah. What's the motion? It's like being in a hammock.
I guess.
I don't know.
I'm seasick just picturing it.
Yeah. She's so cute. Mm-hmm. Oh, I can't stand it.
Collins J.
I know. Everybody just melted.
The cutest boot ever.
Yes. Okay, David.
Yes.
I thought it might be fun to do something we've never done before.
Okay.
I don't know how this is going to go.
I don't know what you're talking about, so I'm excited.
Well, listen. Both being realtors now, sometimes at home we'll look at listings.
Yes.
And we have some interesting reactions. I thought it might be fun to pull up the newest listings in our area.
Okay. And look at them.
And just take a look at them and give live reactions on the air, as it were.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
So this is... Oh, that's Sunnyside. I don't want to look in Sunnyside. This is Richland.
Okay.
Let's find this one, Richland. We're just going to pull up we're not going to show anything that isn't.
We're not going to look at the pictures because I think that's the only thing that looks fun.
Hello. I'm getting there, sir.
Okay.
Okay, so this is Richland, Washington. This is on Coast Street, apparently close to grade school and shopping, a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 1-story with a basement.
Wow.
$339,900, so $340,000. This is what $340,000 could buy you in Richland, Washington. Oh, wow!
That's blue. Woo! Oh, and is that a Frida Kahlo painting?
Shit, dude. Okay. All right. Okay.
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 Kind of a fiesta. We've got some custom colors in there.
All right, there you go.
Blue and orange, I like it.
Stainless steel appliances. You got, you know what, those...
Aggressive. You know what? I think it's very festive.
It is. I like that wording. That the curtains match the other colors. This is somebody who loves color. Oh,
pink.
That's
they let
cute.
the kids pick out their own bedroom, I bet. Their own bedroom color. I did that once. Cute. Let me tell you, it looked like a spaceship was taking off every time Caitlin turned on her bedroom light because it was in the front of the house. Neon green.
I did it too. And
the baby has good taste.
I got to say, David Michael, the youngest, he picked out a super bright orange, and it was woof.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that little fire pit back here.
Yeah, a little sitting area. That's not bad.
Little overhang right there.
Can I get you some electrical wiring through the backyard?
That's pretty typical at Richland, Washington, in that space. Okay, so there you go, $340,000. That's what you get. So let's go.
What's the square footage of that little guy?
1536.
Okay, and I bet the subterranean is half that.
I don't know, but it was built in 1953.
Okay.
So there's that. Let's go back to the main list here. Let me grab another one. Let's go to Pasco, Washington.
Okay.
Right next door to Richland, across the river. This one is $539,900. Jesus, we're not pricing sweaters.
That's true. I don't understand how the pricing works.
We can all handle it. $540. 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 2-story, 2-car garage.
Size?
Just under 2,500 square feet.
Click on the picture.
Here we go. Okay. If you like just a traditional track home, there it is.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing terribly special.
No.
Cute. I like the yellow front door. I do like a bold front door. Ooh, that's white.
Very white.
That's just very white and gray. Okay, that'll, I guess.
How much is this house?
$540.
Okay.
Do you think it's staged? I think it's professionally staged.
I think it is staged, yes.
That kind of shows, I think. This is very boring to me.
I think it's the best this house can look. Do you know what I mean? I think they've done everything they can do to make this house look good, except
like
straighten the blinds. They didn't do that.
Stools are cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, attention to detail, right? Attention to detail when you're Yeah, this just looks like kind of.
It looks like a little family home.
If you like a little cookie cutter home, there you go. There it is. In probably a nice little neighborhood with lots of families.
What's the street that this house is on?
I don't know.
It should say right there on the listing.
Yeah. Tarsus Lane.
That sounds like some dental issue. I went to the hygienist and had my tarsus taken care of.
Cute stuff in the little pergola back there.
Yeah.
Little Costco pergola. So there you go.
It looks like one of the little JLS houses that I used to own. It's not a JLS house, though. I think it's a Aho Construction is what I think it is. And they build a good house. You know what I mean? I was their lender for years and years. So all right,
we saw one in Richland. We saw one in Pasco. Let's look at Kennewick now.
Okay.
And we haven't seen these, so we're seeing them when you're seeing them.
First time.
5-bed, 3-bath. Unparalleled river and city views.
Oh, river views. Okay.
On Kent Street in Kennewick, 859,000 big ones.
I'm excited to see what this looks like on the inside.
3,547 square feet. Here we go.
5285 is the number, and the only reason I know that's because it's big.
Big front and center right there, in case you wanted to know. Did a little color play with the grass there.
Yeah.
Oh,
very modern. I like that. Do you like that?
I hate the white and gray. I'm just
Do you
over
really?
it. God, I'm so over it. I really am. I'm a color person.
The white and gray bothers you. They've got a little blue in that backsplash, it looks like,
yeah,
but it
that
could
tile
just be the
was
lighting.
Pretty.
Yeah, it's gray. It's not blue, but it looked blue in the picture. I think this is great.
What are your thoughts about the
rose petals in the tub?
Rose petals in the bathtub for the picture.
The lens is a weird shape because the tub can't possibly be that thin and that long. It's not. See, there you go. They had a fisheye lens on the other picture.
It's a nice touch, I guess. I haven't seen it before, but it's a nice touch.
Yeah.
Oh, now this right here, that alone makes me want to buy the house, and I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
Because the color, the order and the color coordination in the closet.
You like.
It, you know what? It makes my heart sing, David. I'm not going to lie.
It speaks to your soul. And they. Oh, I know right where that is.
Okay, that is a nice deck.
That's off Olympia.
That's a nice deck.
Yeah, I like that.
Don't you have some joke about big decks?
It's a huge dick.
Is that in the...
A little wet bar?
A little wet bar in the
living room? In the
yeah,
living?
It's just so white and gray, dude. I can't. I freaking can't.
Somebody likes mixed martial arts. They're kicking a torso.
I'm going to knock you out.
Yeah.
Mama's going to knock you out.
Except that guy's not swinging back. He has no arms.
That's the whole idea. That was a cute floor, though. Look at that.
Yeah, I like that.
Little floor tile. Oh, hello. It's in the shower
Carried
as well.
through. Yeah.
What?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, so there you go.
Oh, I like that.
Damn.
I like that. There's something amiss in the yard over here, though. I can't really put my finger on it. There's a little smear of something.
Here's what's funny, though. You go to the that front picture, like
mudslide. Okay,
listen. If you're going to fake the green grass on the initial picture, I think you got to carry it through on all the pictures, don't you?
Yep. Yes.
This is a lot of drone footage.
Yeah.
Oh, the Twilight. You know what? This realtor sprung for the big package. I know because I just paid for one of these.
And you like the big package, so.
Oh, my God. That was fun.
That was fun. I like doing that.
Yeah. That was sassy. There you go. So that gives you an idea of what's cooking in our neighborhood.
Yeah. What did you say the average price of a home is in this community right now?
$420.
$420.
Yeah, it's right around $420. I haven't looked at it this week. That's from last week, so it could be different.
I gotcha. We don't have a lot more time to talk about. So is there anything you want to get out in the last 2 minutes of the show?
I just thought it would be fun to take you on a tour of our little neck of the woods.
Yeah, and I hope that plays okay and we didn't seem too critical. I liked the aggressive color scheme of that house that we looked at in Richland.
Somebody's going to love it, and that's the thing to remember. There's a buyer for every property.
I had a house that had custom colors just like that, and in fact, we had kind of a butter in the kitchen and kind of a desert cactus green throughout the house with a big red wall.
That was a thing.
The guy who bought that house demanded that we match the paint and get everything tip-top, and the day they closed on the house, they sprayed the whole house white. I was furious.
Well, who cares by then? You got your money.
I ran that guy out of town. He doesn't live here anymore.
Oh, stop. Thanks for being with us today.
I didn't really run him out of town. He's a super nice guy. Became a realtor. Now he's back in the car business. We'll talk to you next week.